Well, then there you go. It finishes at St James's Park. Newcastle United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. And you know what? We did not play well today. I think it's fair to say that we're still not at our best, yet we keep on grinding out these results. Now, I've just heard Eddie Howe on the radio with his after-match interview, and he even admitted that they didn't play very well. But it is a very good sign that we're winning these games despite not getting up to speed. He said they still don't look 100% fit. There is a few players on that pitch, to be honest, who don't look fit at all. But we'll come on to that a bit later. I was very surprised to see Tonali on the bench today. I honestly thought he would start. However, you know, he gave that start to Sean Longstaff. And of course, Lloyd Kelly came in at left back, which again was a surprise for me. You know, the way Lewis Hall played at Nottingham Forest, I fully expected him to go with Lewis Hall. He didn't. And it turned out actually Lloyd Kelly played quite well today. I didn't have a problem with him at left back. We did look very shaky sometimes. Tottenham found it very easy to break us down on the attack. But going the other way, we looked very dangerous as well. I have to say, Harvey Barnes is looking really good at the minute, and the goal he scored was just absolute quality. Good run down the left wing by Lloyd Kelly, gets the ball across, and Harvey Barnes angles the ball into the top corner for a 1-0 lead. And I have to say, Nick Pope was on fire today, save-wise. His goal kicking still leaves a lot to be desired, if I'm openly honest. You know, it's sitting where I do in the ground. Sometimes during that first half, his kicking straight out of play. And I think he was a little frustrated with his kicking as well. It wasn't very good. However, if it wasn't for Nick Pope today, Tottenham would have scored 3 or 4 goals. He made some great saves, a couple in the first half, and he made some great ones in the second half. But again, you know, despite everything not being rosy or 100%, we're getting these results. And it's 7 points from the first 3 Premier League games. To be honest, we can't really argue with that. It's a good start. Whether you think we're playing well or not, it is a very good start to the league campaign. You know, if somebody had said 7 points from your first 3 games, would you take it? Absolutely we would, especially with Tottenham, who are going to be a good side this season. They've got some great players, but I think there's just a few tweaks needed in the Newcastle United side for me. You know, yes, our 2 main centre-backs are missing. We know that, and that has been an issue. Dan Burn, again, for me, played very well today, apart from a howling mistake in the second half, which could have led to a goal, but it didn't. And that's the main thing. He got back. He didn't put his head down and whinge about it. He got back and made a fantastic last-ditch tackle to stop a goal. Kraft worked hard, did what he needed to do. And I thought Livramento and Kelly did very well today. I didn't think there was a problem with them. But, you know, when you're missing some elite players, you can see the difference. But Anthony Gordon and Isak, for me, are the 2 that stand out as the 2 that really just need to get going. Gordon, again, for me, does not look 100% fit. You know, when you see him live, it might look different when you're watching on TV. But when you're there live, you can see that his body language isn't quite right, and neither's Isak's. Isak can't trap a bag of sand at the minute. He just can't. His touch is awful. His passing was abysmal. But, and there's a big but, he got his goal. Brilliant work from Jacob. Fantastic through ball from Joe Linton, first of all. Good work from Murphy, and he really couldn't miss. But that is something that might just get Alexander Isak going. His first goal, yes, it was a simple tap-in. However, that is a goal that gets strikers going. It doesn't matter if it's off his backside or not. He needed that. And, you know, you could tell his relief. Everybody was starting to go back to the halfway line. Isak turned around to the east stand and really gave a roar, as if to say it's a huge weight off him finally getting that goal. But I don't know what it is with Isak at the minute, because I don't know whether, you know, Alex has said a few times in our shows he doesn't think that we're playing to Isak's strengths, possibly. And Anthony Gordon, again, you know, he wasn't in the game enough. He came to life a little bit towards the end of the second half, you know, when he moved on to the left-hand side after Barnes had come off, and, you know, it took a few players on. But there's just something not right about Anthony Gordon and Isak at the minute. But look, the bottom line is we are 3 games into the Premier League season and we are unbeaten. And we've got 7 points from those 3 games. So, as Eddie Howe said in his post-match interview, it is fantastic that we're picking up points despite not playing very well. Now, you listen to all the, pundits and things like that when they talk about Manchester United, etc. They'll all say the same thing. Oh, they're not playing very well, but they're picking up points, and that's a sign of a really good side. So maybe we should look at it like that, is we're not quite at the races yet, but on the flip side of that, we are picking up points and picking up results. Tottenham will be disappointed today. They had plenty of opportunities to score some goals. As Eddie said, he thought Tottenham broke us down far too easily at times in the game, and it was very simple for them, but they couldn't capitalise on the opportunities they created. And I think we need to take, you've got to have a bit of luck at times, and we rode our luck at times in that game today. But 2 pieces of quality from Harvey Barnes, a brilliant through ball from Joe Linton, gets us the win. And we held on. Tottenham huffed and puffed, but they couldn't quite find an answer to us. And I think the Tottenham fans will go home very disappointed they got nothing from the game. But that's football. And, if we can now take this 2-week break, recuperate, just regenerate, go at it again in 2 weeks' time away at Wolves, we could look back at this and say, yeah, it's a very, very good start to the Premier League season for us, considering where we want to be. Putting all the transfer window, all that garbage aside, when you look at our squad, we do have some very, very good squad players. And depth is probably going to be our major problem if we do pick up injuries. Squad depth is going to be an issue. Hopefully Joe Willock won't be out too long because, from what I saw against Nottingham Forest, I think he's going to play a big part this season because he really gets us up the field. Tonali for me will start against Wolves. I think he has to start against Wolves. You can't leave your best players sitting on the bench. You just can't. Sean came in today. Look, I think Sean did a decent job. But again, the things that worry me is the way we're trying to play around our own penalty area. Especially Bruno. And I love Bruno, but the problem with Bruno is sometimes he holds onto that ball around his penalty area and he goes down all the time expecting free kicks. And as you saw today, he just had the ball taken off him. There was no free kick to give. And it puts us in a very, very bad situation when you've got players like Son, etc., and Maddison running on and getting the ball and creating opportunities for their side. So Eddie will look at all of that. He's already said that in his interview. But listen, everybody that came out of that ground today was delighted that we got the points. We know we didn't play again at 100% or anywhere near what we can do. But the amazing thing is we keep getting these results and you've got to take them positives. We have to believe that at some point it's all going to click into gear and we will start really dominating teams. I thought the press was there at times during the game, but other times it was lacking. But again, this is just all part of the game. It was very strange because we weren't at our best sometimes, but then you saw some great stuff to create some opportunities. So we are getting there. Certainly it was a better performance than what we've been used to for the start of the season. But to beat Tottenham when you're not playing very well, I think that's a very, very good sign, to be honest. And hopefully after the international break, we go again. And, we've got 2 difficult away games. And then Manchester City, of course, come to St James's Park. So that is going to be a very, very interesting game. And hopefully we can go into that game on a high. Because I think the players will be on a high. Isak needed that goal. Barnes, brilliant first time shot into the top corner. He's looking lively as well. We just need to get Gordon and Isak going. And once those 2 get going, Tonali back in the midfield, we get Fabian Schär back, of course, I think things could look a bit rosy. So let's take the positives. We've won again, 7 points out of the first 3 games. I'm quite happy with that as a Newcastle fan. And the fact that I know we can play better as well, leaves me to believe that we can actually do something this season if we stay injury free. But there you go. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Monday night at 7 o'clock, we'll have the full review of the game with all our player ratings, etc. So join us at 7 o'clock for that. And if there's any news to bring you before then, we will do a news show, of course, for you as well. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Take care.